The sixth item would be your documents. You know, you've walked in and you've been asked for copies of your documents. What sort of documents do you present? For me, sometimes it is an indicator on how you're going to even handle documents in the office based on how your documents are. You know, there is a CV, there is an application letter, there is you have all these other documents in support of qualifications, you know, achievements and so on. Ideally, it will be very proper, and this is something that I've witnessed before. You'll see someone who's got all of them neatly organized, you know, even in reference to the person who's trying to go through them. You know, he doesn't have to throw them all over the desk trying to get what he's supposed to get. Have the documents well set out. Of course, there is a particular sequence. Even in pleadings in court, a plaint must come first, then a verifying affidavit, then the witness statements and list of documents and so on. It will be absurd for you to file court documents or to even serve a plaint where it's the verifying affidavit that comes first. Then you find all these other documents thrown in just to, you know, I mean, just to fit in and to be served. It portrays a great image when, you know, even the documentation, you know, your CV, organization of the documents in between, and the CV itself and the application letter, the font, the alignments, the editing speak a lot, because we are from a profession that is very not choosy, but, you know, I mean, we get into scrutiny so fast. We want to look for a mistake so that we can attack it. I don't know whether it happens everywhere else, or it's only a question that it's a concern that I only face. But a document that is an application letter that has the wrong name of the law firm or the institution, you know, you're applying to Rajab and Company Advocates, but you've said Rajad or, you know, Rajabu, and it already says that you do not know something about the company, or it gives a wrong connotation. The connotation might not be fatal, but it is just good that the paperwork you have must point to the fact that you are ready to handle documentation, you know, in a good day, in a good way. Practice your interview will go towards you having, you know, an introspection on how the interview is going to be, you know, some sort of a mood on how the interview is going to be. Formulate some questions that you ask yourself, you know, as opposed to even just appearing into an interview and, you know, you are expecting to be asked questions. Over and above preparing to answer questions, take time, or possibly the previous night, have a mock interview with yourself, you know, preempt the questions that you might expect, you know, ask yourself and try and assess everything from how your tone is going to be, you know, how your speech basically is going to be, your diction in terms of your choice of words, and so on. I believe that if you attend an interview that you've already had a mock, you know, or a mood interview with yourself, then you are able to ease so much of the tension that you'd ideally end up finding at the interview room. So practice will be another very important tip, so that as you get to an interview, at least you've got a clue on how it will be and what to expect.